So here's a named tweet called Mortal Syntax. Mortal Syntax. Mortal Syntax. Defining moral and immoral in a complex, imperfect world produces relative, subjective, real-world results. All people strive for the best, subject to chaos, irrationality, relative and subjective. Avoiding the worst choices would be much easier with a hive mind. So, oh yeah, check out my backdrop. Great, right? Yeah, it's my basement. So, mortal syntax. Defining moral and immoral in a complex, imperfect world produces relative, subjective, real-world results. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It's because moral means something that does not harm. Immoral is something that harms, causes harm. Moral prevents harm. Immoral causes harm, directly or indirectly. So when you have a complex, imperfect world where it's really, really difficult to find anything, perfection is a fallacy. So it's hard to find anything perfect in this world, and it's a very complex world, very large. So you're going to get your relative, subjective, real-world results. It's very difficult sometimes to define, in certain situations, moral and immoral. It's tough. It's not something you can just look at sometimes, and it's something you might need to even dig a little deeper than you first suspect. And that applies to almost everything in this world. But all people, they strive for the best. They strive for the best. But the best is only for each individual person. Everybody has their own best. And for people that are deranged or psychotic lunatics, their best is probably your worst, and certainly mine. But it is sort of subject to, like I said, chaos and irrationality. Somebody else's form of the best could be absolutely chaotic and destructive for you, even subtly. It doesn't have to be extreme. Their world might just not work. They might like Brussels sprouts, and you might not. And they might have built their whole life around Brussels sprouts, and that causes harm for you. But then you have it's relative and subjective. So, okay. And of course, avoiding the worst choices would be much easier with a hive mind. Now, I've been watching too much Star Trek, which gives you a lot of futuristic, fanciful ideas. Let's put it that way. And I know about the Borg, and I know about collectivism, and I know about ant colonies and everything else in this world, and I know about groupthink and all of this stuff. The collectivist world, the Marxist interpretation of reality. But a hive mind, nah. Would you join the hive? Leave a comment below if you join the hive, because I don't think I would, but leave a comment below if you would. Okay. So,